Are you a business owner who's frustrated with the quality of your operations? Or perhaps you might feel that your operations are inefficient, they're not working well. And consequently, you may be having to spend a lot more time correcting errors than you would like. Well, the reality is if you don't get these issues fixed, resolved, your business is apt to have some problems down the road, which could include you losing enjoyment in working in the business. The team's morale could decline. Your customers can be impacted. Complaints can go up. You in fact could even go out of business. So what I want to talk about in this video is ways to fix that issue. I worked with a client several years ago for 2 years. He came to me because he was burning out. His business was operating very inefficiently. People on his team were always coming to him, wanting his input and helping make decisions. There was no consistent way of doing things in the business. Nothing had been flow-charted, nothing had been documented, and consequently, they were spinning their wheels a lot of time. The business was basically broken from the inside out. He came to me, and after 2.5 years working together, we had that business running like a top. It was running very efficiently, and I want to share with you some of the lessons I learned during that exercise. The first is the importance of establishing processes in your business. Step by step, this is how we do it. We don't do it one way if it's raining out. We don't do it another way if it's a Monday or Tuesday. We don't do it another way if someone is out. We do it this way every single time. And by knowing that, and by training people on that one way, consistency suddenly takes a jump up significantly. The second thing I want to talk to you about is how to design a process. I've found in working with clients that the best way to design a process is to have the person who is doing the work today actually identify the steps that he or she follows and document it. You can document it in writing. I find, in fact, that the best way to do it is have someone video that person doing what the task of the process. If they are, dealing with a customer complaint, have that videoed. Have whatever the process is, it needs to be documented either in writing or in video. And thirdly, where to start? There's so many processes in a business. I recently led a workshop on processes improvement, and I identified 40 different areas within a typical business where processes can be easily installed and should be installed. So there's a lot. Some of the ones you can think of like a customer service process, a process for dealing with complaints, a process for scheduling calls, a process for having a career development, a process for your training, a process for da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Lots of processes. And the more that you can get those processes installed and have the team follow them consistently, the less you're going to have to spend involved correcting problems that occurred or dealing with customer complaints, because there'll be a process for everything and everybody will just follow along with that design process. So those are the things that I think you need to focus on. And as a result, my client that I referred to earlier was at the point where he couldn't take any time off to go play golf. He loved to play golf when we first started working. When we finished working together after 2.5 years, he was taking 3-week golf vacations. He was in a completely different spot because he had installed processes in his business. Everybody knew what to do and who was doing it and when it was appropriate for someone to finish the job and hand it off to somebody else. So that's the sort of thing that I would love to share with you. If you book a meeting with me, we'll talk about 3 different strategies that would be pertinent to your business where you could think about installing processes and how to go about installing them. At the end of this video, there's a button that you can click on to schedule that appointment.